So breaking news, Jed Wallace has just signed on a free to West Bromwich Albion. But before we get into that and discuss this transfer, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. Honestly, it really helps more than you can imagine. So I'll let you do that now. Now let's talk about the signing. This has been rumbling and bubbling on now for so long. It feels like West Brom have been linked with him. Then at one point he was going to Burnley. Then Forest came in. Then he was going to stay at Millwall. But at the end of the day, he's passed his medical and he is now officially a West Bromwich Albion player. And what to expect? Are we happy with this transfer? That's what I want to hear in the comment section below, by the way, guys. Please do comment down your thoughts on this transfer. I think this is a perfect fit for this Steve Bruce side. A player that last season in a good strong Millwall side scored 6 goals and got 12 assists. That's an extremely good goals and assists, let's be honest, good goal contributions there, and a player who can play in an array of positions. So last season he predominantly played in the number 10 role, driving forward, driving with the ball, dribbling, beating his men, and he was kind of more of a provider, whereas in previous years he's been playing on the left, he's been known to play on the right. So he's a very, very complete player, a player who's been doing it in the Championship now for so long. He's 28 years old, he's coming into his prime, so this is a perfect signing. He's spoken about how his ambition, how he wants to play in the Premier League, and I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but signings like this could propel West Brom, could propel us to become a Premier League side. But what to expect from this signing? A dead ball specialist, that is one thing that is really part of his game. It's one of his strong points. Free kicks, corners, providing assists, he puts in a great dead ball. Honestly, if you go watch his highlights online, a lot of it is dead ball situations. But we've got a lot of height in this team with some great big defenders. When you look at Dara O'Shea, Carl Bartley, Shemi Ajayi, we've got players, and Furlong, who can really leap. It really suits this position, it really suits the team. And then not only that, his actual dribbling and the way he holds onto the ball, because he's quite a big lad, he's quite bulky, and he operates a number 10, and that's the thing I find really interesting about this signing as a player. Not many number 10s. When you think of number 10s, you think of small players, nifty, agile players who drop the shoulder and they get around, whereas with Jed Wallace, he can beat his man, but it's not all about his agility. He's just sheer pace a lot of the time when he drives with the ball. And when I say sheer pace, he just drives with the ball with speed. He's direct, and it really puts defenders off. And if you go watch some of his highlights, you'll understand exactly what I mean. But he's a great crosser of the ball. He provides a lot of assists and creates a lot of chances. And to be honest, when you've got players like Daryl DK, when you've got John Swift, when you've got Dean Garner, Colin Grant, all these players are going to absolutely love playing with this man, because he's going to get so many goals and assists hopefully next season. And I go back to that point of the ambition of playing in the Premier League. He's spoken about that, and that is why he is wanting. A lot of people saying that it's all because of money, but he has spoken about the fact that the reason why he wanted to leave Millwall is because he wants to propel himself. He wants to get in the Premier League. He wants to become a Premier League footballer, and he's more likely to do that at West Brom in this side, because teams, as much as it wasn't very rosy at the end with Steve Bruce, things actually look like they're progressing. Something may come with this West Brom side. It's starting to get a bit positive. I'm trying to keep myself grounded, because I know what I'm like. I get too excited, and I think a lot of West Brom fans are the same as me. You get at the start of the season, you say, do you know what, we're winning the league. No, I'm joking. We don't, obviously not going to think we're going to win the league, but we've got a good chance of getting promotion, or even in and around the playoffs. My favourite part about the fact, though, is the fact that he can operate in all of those positions. So obviously he's going to be fighting for that number 10 spot, but not only that, he can play as a striker, he can play on the left, and that utility kind of player is something you're crying out for. It's great when in a Championship season when there are so many games, they come, especially around Christmas time, where they'll be coming in thick and fast. Obviously when I say Christmas time, around Christmas time, before the World and after the World Cup, around that time, fixtures are going to be jammed right in. So players like him are going to be huge for West Brom this season, operating in all different positions, playing in different systems, and that is what West Brom need. They're crying out for it, because last season, when you look, there was pretty much 3 or 4 players that rotated in that front, and other than that there was no one else. Whereas now, a fresh face along with John Swift, 2 players that have proven in this league, know exactly what to do to get out of it, have been in there, done it, and 6 goals and 12 assists in a Millwall side is extremely good. And when you look overall, he's had a great season, let's be honest. And when you go back, this wasn't even his most prolific. If you look back, he's had some absolutely unreal seasons for Millwall. And I know Millwall fans aren't too happy with the way he left. Yes, I understand it's not great. Obviously, he was on his honeymoon. He kind of left everyone in the dark. But the fact that West Brom have beaten Millwall, considering how big a contract they offered him, they've beaten Burnley to this signing, and Forest, I think just shows the sheer pulling power and the ambition of West Brom this season. I know it's only free agents, and I don't want to get ahead of myself because we're not spending money, but we're throwing cash at these free agents, proven players who know how to get out of this division. So they've got the know-how, players that you want. You want players like Jed Wallace in your team at this current time, and it's just the sheer number of goals and assists he's got. You can't go wrong with it, because even if we get 20, maybe 30% of what Jed Wallace has been, it'd still be a great return. He will still be a great bit part player, but I do think he'll be one of those players that will be in that starting 11. It's going to be interesting to see how he fits into that squad, because obviously you've got John Swift who can play in that number 10, and then you've got Daryl DK and Colin Grant who can play up top, and then Colin Grant who can also play on the left, and you've got Callum Robertson and things like that. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Jed Wallace does fit into this Albion side. But that is a good problem to have. And people to say, oh, it's not great, but it is a good problem to have. Having too many players in all these positions is the biggest, as much as it may hurt Steve Bruce and give him a thought every game, thinking, what on earth am I going to do here? But that is a good problem to have, as I said, especially when games are coming in thick and fast in this championship. And with injuries and stuff like that, we are desperate and we're crying out for depth in squad numbers. But let me know what you think of the Jed Wallace signing. I'm absolutely buzzing with it. Playoffs promotion, could it be on the cards with these kind of signings? Let me know in the comment section below. How many goals do you think he's going to get? How many assists? Let me know your thoughts on Jed Wallace, because I've just waffled for all this time and I now want to hear what you guys think. But thanks for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe. BucketHatSam over and out. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.